Our exclusive economic zone, or EEZ, gives us about 12 to 200 nautical miles from the coast, or about 4 million square kilometers of pristine ocean to plunder. The white areas shown within the EEZ are the areas where pesky regulators have prevented us from bottom trawling, but thankfully, we can still pillage the remaining 70% to our heart's content. The blue areas shown here are the areas where we are already fishing as hard as possible, catching everything that gets in our way. And this smaller red area is what we refer to as our inshore fishing grounds, the areas within 12 nautical miles of the coastline that we have been given the green light to plunder. With the magic of technology, let's drain the coastline of the South Island so we can get a better idea at how much biodiversity there is here for us to destroy. If only draining the oceans was this easy in real life. These red, pink, and orange areas are full of species like flatfish, elephantfish, rig, and gurnard. It's also home to the Hector's dolphins that feed off these fish, but as far as we're concerned, they're just collateral damage. After all, dolphins are troublesome eyesores who eat our fish, get caught in our nets, and cause us massive PR headaches when we get caught killing them. If we move up the coast, we can find plenty of marine mammals to kill up here as well. This strip off the coast, between Kaikoura and the Marlborough Sounds, is just a vast mudflat that we are already shamelessly trawling, not only disrupting the food chain, but causing massive damage to the ecosystems on the ocean's floor and releasing large amounts of carbon into the atmosphere. And this area between Tasman Bay and Golden Bay isn't safe from us either. We've been pretty successful at managing to convince everyone that there is nothing of value in these areas. So despite the fact that we have already wiped out most of the Hector's dolphins, we managed to con the government into believing that if we just trawl slowly, that we won't cause any damage. But, in fact, we get away with egregious destruction from bottom trawling, while at the same time telling the public that this counts as low-impact fishing. On the west coast, the destruction continues, but we don't use cameras on boats in this area. This means that even though this area is a hotspot for Hector's dolphins, we don't ever report any deaths. And would we lie to you? You'll just have to trust us. Huge pockets of fishing for all sorts of species continues down the inshore flat areas around the Hokitika Trench and Cook Canyon. All in all, we killed more than 12 Hector's dolphins with bottom trawling in the last fishing year alone, and a further 3 with set nets. But luckily for them, the trawling stops where the road does, at Jackson Bay. Nationally, from these inshore fishing areas, we harvest around 54,000 tons of fish a year, but we also harvest around 3 times that amount in unwanted species, including those pesky dolphins. We've been doing this mass-scale harvesting of New Zealand's waters for generations, so you can only imagine the untold damage that we've done. We're hell-bent on overfishing for profit while gaslighting you into thinking that these practices are sustainable. The New Zealand Federation of Commercial Fishermen, caring for our shareholders and no one's future.